Good morning, student. Myself Mahima Seth. Today we will discuss how to do program in Java. In my previous video, I have given you certain programs to solve and show me the pic. But unfortunately, I haven't got any result from your side. So today we will again discuss how to write program in Java, because I think as you all are beginner in Java, as this is the syllabus which you are getting first time in 9th, so it is mandatory to make you again write how to write a program. So before doing this, the first question which comes in our mind is how to write a simple program in Java. There are various lines which are mandatory to write in each and every program. The first line by which our program start is public class name. Public is an access specifier. Access specifier is of three types. It can be public, it can be private, it can be global. So we will discuss this public specifier later on in remaining chapters. But here this public specifier gives you the limit that to which extent your class can be visible. Now, second, class. Class is a keyword. This keyword defines that you are creating a class. Class name. Class name means a name given to a class by which you will identify your class. Class name can be anything. It can be your name. It can be any name, any word taken from the program. It can be any word related to your program or anything. Now, opening brace. Next line, public static void main in bracket string argument, then these two square brackets, then close. Now, public static void main, you have to write this line in each and every program, because this line gives compiler a hint that from here, from this line only, the compiler will start compiling the program. Public again is an access specifier. The word static means fixed. The word static means that here we don't have to declare any object to execute this program. Void means that this particular section of the class will not return any value to any of other class. That's why we have taken void. Another meaning of void is null, that is 0. Now, main is a keyword which identifies that here we are beginning a program. In bracket we have written string argument. Now, this square bracket is a symbol of array, and string means whichever program we write in Java, that is first in string format. Okay, then opening brace. The next line is declaration of variable. Here we will declare all those variables which we will use in our program. In the next line, we will initialize those variables. Initialize means we will give values to this variable. After that, we will do calculation. Then we will print the result on screen, and then closing brace. As we have opened two braces, so we will close two braces. Okay. So now the first question. Write a program that will calculate simple interest on rupees 10,000 at annual interest rate of 18% for 20 years. The very basic thing which we should keep in our mind while solving a program is that how many variables we will require in our program. Here in this question we have got three data. The one is 10,000, that is the principal amount. The second is rate of interest, that is 18%. The third is 20 years, that is the time on which we have to calculate the simple interest. So now we will begin solving this program. Public class calculate. Here we have taken the name calculate. Opening brace, public static void main string argument. Now we will declare the three variables. Int p is equal to 10,000. Now P means principal amount. Instead of P, you can write principal amount also, but I have taken the short form of principal amount, that is P. We have declared this P in integer type. Why integer type? Because we do not have to use any decimal over here. Next, int r is equal to 18. The third is int t is equal to 20. Then int si. Si is equal to p into r into t upon 100. Here in Java, we cannot write formulas like mathematical formulas. Means we cannot write like this p into r into t upon 100. For this, we have to do p into r into t in another bracket, and then we will divide the result of the whole bracket with 100. Then we will print the result system.out.println. These three keywords are used for printing the result, that is system.out.println. In bracket, whatever we will write within the inverted quotes, that will be printed as a message. So simple interest equals to plus SI. This plus is an operator which will bring the result from this variable, and variable SI is used to print the result. Now closing brace. Now the output would be simple interest is equal to 10,000 into 18 into 20 divided by 100, that is 36,000. Now we will take program 2, that is write a program to calculate tax for a taxable income of rupees 4,10,000 if tax rate is fixed rate at 3.2%. Here the program is totally same as the previous one, but the only difference is that here we have declared the rate as fixed. Fixed rate means that while creating a program of this question, we have to declare this rate as fixed. Fixed means the value of the rate will not be able to change by the whole program. So what we will do? We will write the whole program in that similar manner only, but the only difference is that we will use this final keyword before this rate, and this final keyword will make this value of rate fixed for the whole program. So public class calculate, public static void main string argument, opening brace, double income. Here I have taken double instead of int because as this is a longer value, that is 4,10,000, and when we will calculate the tax of this value, it is quite possible that we will get the result in decimal. So for this I have taken double. So while solving a program, it is very crucial to select the proper type of data type for the variable. Now next, final double tax rate. Final is a keyword which will fix the value of tax rate. Double is a data type, and tax rate is the variable name which I have taken for rate, equal to 3.2. Now again a variable to calculate the tax, that is double. Tax is equal to 0. Next, tax is equal to income into tax rate in bracket divided by 100. So what it will do? It will first calculate the result of income into tax rate and then divide the whole result by 100. Then system.out.println tax payable is rupees equal to plus tax. So whatever there is inside the inverted quote, that will be printed as a message, and this tax variable will bring the value from the formula. So the output which we will get is tax payable is rupees equals to whatever is the calculation. Now question 3. Write a program to convert 80 degree Fahrenheit to Celsius. The formula to calculate, or you can say to convert Fahrenheit into Celsius, is Celsius is equal to F minus 32 into 5 upon 9. So how can we write it in a program? Public class calculate, opening brace, public static void main string argument, opening brace, float temp underscore Fahrenheit is equal to 80. Here I have taken float. Why float? Because it is much possible that when we will convert this Celsius, this Fahrenheit into Celsius, we will get the result in decimal. So I have taken float. And why I have not taken double? Because the possibilities are there that we will get a smaller number. For that there is no use of wasting the space of memory, so we have taken float instead of double. But it is your choice, you can take double also. So float temp underscore Fahrenheit. Here instead of writing float T is equal to 80 or Fahrenheit is equal to 80, I have taken temp underscore FAH. Why I have taken this? Because it is always advisable to take a meaningful variable in a program, because it will make easy to understand why I have taken this variable for calculation. Okay. Next, float temp underscore CEL. This variable I have taken to calculate and to store the result of temperature in Celsius equals to 0. The formula is temperature underscore Celsius is equal to temperature underscore Fahrenheit minus 32, and then multiply the whole result by 5 and then divide the whole result by 9. System.out.println, in inverted quotes, temperature in Celsius is equal to temp underscore cell, closing brace, closing brace. Now this will give you the output. Now we will take another program, that is program 4. A tour and travel company is organizing a picnic for our school. The student will commute through minibus, each having a seating capacity of 25 students. Create a program that will accept the number of students and display the minimum number of cabs required. It will also display the number of students sitting in the last cab. So what we have to do? We have to take the number of students who will go for a picnic, and then we have to calculate the number of cabs required. So public class student, opening brace, public static void main string argument, opening brace, integer cab, comma, student is equal to 300, then semicolon. Int student underscore left is a variable. Cab is equal to student divided by 5. This will calculate the number of cabs required to use for students to go for a picnic. Now student left means how many students are left in the last cab. So that will be calculated student percentile, or you can say modulo 25. Now modulo is a operator which will give you the remainder. So this will give you the remaining students which is left in the last cab. System.out.println, number of cabs required is cabs. Again system.out.println, number of students left in last cab plus student underscore left. Now this will give you the remaining number of students in the last cab. Closing brace, closing brace. Now we will do this same program by another method, that is by inputting through main. Inputting through main means here when we will solve this program, the number of student is fixed, that is 300. Whenever we will execute this program, we will get the same result. But suppose if we want to create a program like that whenever we execute a program, we will first get a message to input the number of students. That number of students can be 215, it can be 250, it can be 400, it can be anything, and that will be calculate the result. So for this we will input the value. Now public class calculate, opening brace, public static void main int student. Now instead of writing string argument, I have taken int student only. What this line will do, when we will execute a program, first a box will come and ask you to enter the number of students you require for this program. So if you have written 215, so it will calculate the answer with 215. If you will give in 400, so it will answer the result with 400. Now close opening brace, int cab, comma, student underscore left. Two variables I have taken. Cap is to calculate the caps required, that is student divided by 25. Student left is to calculate the number of students left in the last cap, that is student modulo 25. Then we will print the result, system.out.println caps required is equal to caps. Then system.out.println student left in cap are student underscore left, closing brace, closing brace. Okay students, so now I am giving you two programs to solve. First is write a program in Java that calculate and print the quotient obtained by dividing two integer number. Quotient means the answer. For example, if we will divide 4 by 3, so what we will get? We will get 1 as the answer. So this is quotient. This you have to do with the help of program. Now the second program, write a program that reads value representing a time duration in hours, minutes and second, and then print the equivalent total number of seconds. So what we have to do? We have to calculate the total time in second, and the time is given in hours, minutes and seconds. So for example, 1 hour, 28 minutes and 42 seconds are given. So 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, that is 16 to 60 seconds, that is 3600 seconds. 28 minute is equal to 28 into 60 seconds, that is 1680 seconds, and 42 seconds are given. What we will do? We will add this and this, and it will give us the total time in second. So in total is equal to 3600 plus 1680 plus 42, and we will get the result 5322 seconds. Okay, so I am giving the pics of these questions also in your group. Solve this program properly and show me the result. Thank you class.